My goal is to obtain a Twisted Bow from scratch and complete the Inferno on a 1 defense account. After 3 months, our bank sits at a whopping 50 million GP, which means we're not even 5% of the way there. In this episode, we're doubling the value of our bank, and the only way to do it is by unlocking a boss or 2 that could completely change the trajectory of this account. This is the 1 defense Inferno from scratch. In the last episode, we took on our hardest challenge yet, the Colosseum, and somehow walked away with a quiver. Since then, I've been wearing my quiver everywhere I go. It's this guy's birthday and he's asking for donations. Not happening, buddy.
Hey man, that's a really nice quiver.
This guy knows how to work for it.
I've seen nicer quivers.
Yeah, we're gonna be cutting that in post. First order of business, some Slayer. I think we're still sitting on a Black Dragon task from like 2 episodes ago, so it's time to knock that out. Planning on doing that at KBD, and maybe we'll get some combat achievements along the way. 2 combat achievements there. Big Black and Fiery is an insane name for a combat achievement. Anyways, took me 3 kills to realize that we aren't getting any credit towards our Slayer tasks because we're not technically in the wilderness. So, calling it there. So why are we training Slayer? Well, we need 48 for Moons of Peril, which is a prerequisite to one of the bigger milestones for the episode, but we'll get to that later. How long was that guy there for? What, do we look too broke for him? Not good enough? 47 Slayer, which means we have 1 more level to go. That is Black Dragon's down. Time to get a new task. Magic Axes. Actually don't mind this task at all. 105 Magic Axes and no loot. Hill Giants. What is that? 48 Slayer, which means we can go do the Moons of Peril quest. Perilous Moons? I don't know which one it is. 150 Greater Demons. We probably will not touch that until we want to go for Monkey Madness 2, honestly. Okay, Perilous Moons. Apparently it's Perilous Moons. Now that we're done with the Colosseum, I'm going to sell off the Dragon Warhammer because I don't really foresee us using it anytime soon, and it's 2 mil more expensive than what I bought it for, so make a little money. Alright, let's go knock out this quest. The Moons of Peril. Seen by most defense having, Zombie Axe wielding Iron Man is nothing more than a mid-game stepping stone to better gear. But on a 1 defense account, it's a very different story, especially when you have no idea what you're doing. And trust me, we had absolutely no clue. At first, things went surprisingly smoothly. We cleared Blue Moon, who, up until this point, we only knew as a flavor of ice cream, and started feeling pretty good. I'd heard Blood Moon could be annoying, sure, but with our incredibly shaky understanding of the mechanics, we assumed we could just click yellow, cruise on over to the Eclipse Moon, and shortly after cash in on 40,000 Slayer experience. This is the story of how we got humbled by a mid-game boss. Seems to be going fine so far. I'm loosely aware of the step under mechanic that people use to avoid taking more damage, but not entirely sure how it works. Okay, that was a pretty massive heal. Alright, I guess I'll just watch a video on this step under mechanic and try again. I think I sort of understand it now. Basically, if you see the blood siphon, you're supposed to step under right after. Still got hit 3 times though, so I don't really understand it. Definitely didn't do it right there. I literally just had 40 HP erased. Alright, we're bringing out everything we got. The Bearhead, the 1 defense account's Justy Helm. We're in the last stage of denial, the I can use brews to do this phase. After doing the same thing over and over and getting absolutely nowhere, I took to YouTube to see if anyone had solved the problem I was in. That's when I found a video from Gothscapes, where he gets to completion with just 62 strength, further reinforcing the notion that we're just bad at the game. His video is better, but here's the condensed version. There are a few things to understand about the moons. First, all of them have a recoil effect, meaning after they damage you, they also damage themselves. Second, their auto attack hits 3 times, and each hit can scale higher than the last. The first hit can max a 4, the second an 8, and the third a 20, for a total potential max hit of 32. That third hit, though, can be avoided by stepping under the boss. The catch is that every tick spent underneath deals damage to you as well. It starts at 1 damage per tick, but ramps up quickly, eventually doubling up to 16 damage per tick the more you abuse it. This is why we were taking 3 hits while correctly stepping under. With all of this in mind, the strategy then becomes: let Blood Moon damage herself through the recoil effect during the earlier phases, and saving your step under damage for later. Then, once Blood Moon gets down to somewhere around 200 hit points, start pushing damage while using the step under method to cut down on the boss's biggest heals. And if you ever get to the point where stepping under is dealing 16 damage a tick, just teleport out. At that point, you're probably not getting the kill. With this new strategy in place, we were ready to give it another go, now fully aware that the boss wasn't the problem. Alright, she did like 160 damage to herself already. I think we're good to start attacking. Big spec. 2 big specs. She just healed for 30. That's not good. Alright, we get a next phase, surely. Big DDS here. Oh good, a 12. Hell yeah. Not our greatest showing, but we'll take it. Now that we've redeemed ourselves, we've got a few more errands to take care of. If you couldn't tell from the intro, one of the big goals of this episode is DT2. DT2 is a very long Grandmaster quest, but completing it unlocks 4 bosses that are amongst the best moneymakers in the game. The only problem? We're currently 9 quests and 6 skills short of even starting it. So yeah, we've got some work to do. Starting with obtaining the full ghostly robe set. These Earth Warriors are aggroed on me, so I was literally bringing another account up here to block them, and as soon as I do, he steps out and blocks the Earth Warriors, so that was a waste of time. Cloak was the last piece we needed. It's been a minute since we've checked our museum kudos, so we're going to stop in and see if we can get some XP lamps before we start the skilling grind. 2 lamps going straight to, you guessed it, rune crafting. General Shadow is up next, and I look absolutely insane. Alright, General Shadow down. And 2k Slayer experience. Starting and finishing Doric's quest in the same dialogue screen. We need more quests like this. Gonna quickly get 50 crafting here. Alright, that is 50 crafting knocked out, which means we can go and do a Nakra's Lament. Quest completed, and we should get 72 mining here, which is exactly the level that we need. Good to see the writers are finally doing their job. Cold War completed. Shout out to Andrew Gower for my early education in geopolitics. 3 more quests and a bunch of hunter levels, and then we can do Secrets of the North, which is where the bulk of the requirements come from. Reunited with my chronically single liability friend, My Arm. More poop stuff. I have made friends with My Arm and an agility level. This is the face of someone who wished they did their birdhouse runs. You can call me Bird Boy now. Hey man, I'm not sure I'm gonna ever be 85 combat, so cut the shit. I'm not even gonna lie, I took the boat and Relica to get back to Weiss. I had no idea what Icy Basalt did, so that's cool. Oh, and this definitely wasn't our second attempt. We're not banking, we're just gonna send Muspa. Need to get my pride back after the fight with the assassin. Easy. Alright, that is Secrets of the North down, and that just means we have skills left, and then we can do DT2. I'm going to start with construction, should be the fastest. Gotta go hire the demon butler to make our life a little bit easier. And I can't hire him because I don't have a second bed. Brother, it's a 15-minute job. What are you, moving in? After 9 minutes and 1 second, we're 60 construction. Hope your bed was worth it. Did you really think I was gonna make you watch me get 10 herblore levels? Not on this channel. If you appreciate the dedication to the craft, maybe consider subscribing. How about 7 rune crafting levels in 6 seconds while we're at it? Whole lot of nothing from 61 pulls. Should be everything. I'm actually heading out on a trip in something like 12 hours, so gonna try to knock this out beforehand. I've done this quest one other time on my main, and it was actually on the day of release, and trust me, I am thankful that I don't have to go through that experience again without Quest Helper. Also, not sure why my PC is literally having a heart attack.
Nice.
We didn't bank after the Whisperer, so we're just sending this. Wait, this guy prays against you? I can't tell you. Oh, I'm not getting cold one. Not getting cold one here. Why was that more difficult than any of the 4 DT2 bosses? Holy dialogue. DT2 completed, and I leave for my trip in 6 hours. With the completion of DT2, we now have access to all of the quest bosses. Of the 4, the Leviathan is really the only one that's campable in the short term. Duke and Vardorvis are pretty rough on a 60 attack account since they're weak to melee, and Whisperer is going to require a much better mage setup than what we're working with right now if we want reasonable kill times. So for now, we're going to the Leviathan. Goal is to get the Scarred Tablet, which is a 1 in 25 drop, and unlocks the teleport to the Scar, and makes regearing and banking and such way faster. At the moment, we're using a Necklace of Passage, which is not ideal. Like the rest of the DT2 bosses, Levi's big ticket items are Virtus pieces and then the Venator vestige as well, which makes the Venator ring and is 51 mil right now. To improve the setup, I'm picking up a Aquanite Hopper, which gives you an opportunity to hit twice for reduced damage, and then an Archer's Ring as well. Very slow kill number 1 coming in. Sea Turtle. Ruby. Ruby. Are we cooking up a little PB here? Surely that's a PB. 155, okay. Ooh, nice. First orb. These are worth 400k now, which is worse than some of the common loot. So I'm told this blowpipe walk is technically better than running back and forth with crossbow, but I am not sure if that's true on a 1 defense count. Nice. That wasn't so bad. I know I'm gonna have to do a lot of this boss, but I'm not yet at the state where I enjoy this. For anyone that does a lot of Levi, let me know if it ever gets more fun. We'll be back to Levi eventually, but first we've got 2 more quests to knock out to complete Objective Double the Bank. The first is Heart of Darkness, and the second is the Final Dawn. Both are required to unlock the Doom of mokhaiotl. Doom is the key to our Twisted Bow. It is without question the best moneymaker available to a 1 defense account, and honestly probably any account. And on top of that, it's like 4 to 5 times more fun than Leviathan. Emissary robes are definitely like a A-tier quest fit. One down, 1 to go. Just a little bit of aggravated assault here. Hey Jagex, you want to justify the membership price increase? More beer puzzles. Killed the little sibling guys. And that is Final Dawn complete. Before we head to Doom, we're going to go to a mokhaiotl. Just, what are these names, man? We're going to go to Moxie, and we're going to try to get the Pendant of 8s, which will let us have a faster teleport to Doom, and one that doesn't cost us 90k every trip. The boppers are actually kind of a fun little weapon. Give me Ice Climbers vibes. Kill number 1 and some CAs. Kill number 20 and another CA. Kill number 22, and we're out of here. Located deep within the Talati rainforest, Doom is old school RuneScape's first dealt boss. Using all 3 combat styles and capable of hitting up to 99 damage, this is not a place where you can kick your feet up and relax. As of this recording, less than 1% of the player base has completed the Doom combat achievements. Most guides recommend at minimum a Scorching Bow. But do you think I'd be making RuneScape videos if I listened to guides? Yeah, didn't think so. Also, we literally can't wield one. So, Dragon Crossbow it is. I love this boss. Between my main account and my group Iron Man, I've done a fair bit of Doom. The deeper delves are really punishing, which makes every completion feel that much more rewarding. And it's one of those bosses where you can just keep pushing your limits because the only thing that's really stopping you is the 6-hour logout timer. Not that I've gotten even remotely close to that, but your theoretical limitation. I'm going to keep the Doom breakdown relatively light for this one. I'll do a proper deep dive once we're not showing up with a Dragon Crossbow in the future, and also once I'm confident that the strats I'm using are up to date. Ooh, a little bit of holy water and a combat achievement. Giving out combat achievements on Wave 3 is like giving every kid a participation trophy. Oh, we unlocked the medium combat achievements. I will shut up. Oh, that is going to be very annoying. We use this back tile to basically place a boulder, and the crossbow doesn't actually have the range to just fire from there. All right, first run back, we got a little wave 8 on our hands. Good start. All right, we don't have the scuffed boulder. Got greedy, but we're alive. Just relax, and we get a 1 in 50 on a unique. Alright, first of many Wave 8 completions for this account. Never lucky. Do you mind dying? Thank you. We'll take that. Oh no. Alright, that's our first Wave 10. Mopping up. Oh god, missed my mage prey. Oh my god, we got a drop. Please do not be the pet. Please do not be the pet. Please do not be the pet. Okay, cloth. We'll take a cloth. Cloth is good. Oh my god. I need 30 fucking crafting levels to make this thing.